All right. So far we have looked at importing information from a text file into Microsoft Excel, from a text file into Microsoft Access Database. And the last thing you're typically asked to do is not so much importing information to Microsoft Word, but typically messing around with a letter and sending that letter out to a certain number of people. So the two tasks there really are, if you like, correcting the grammar in the letter and putting some pictures in there and some logos. And then, because you're sending this, you could be sending this letter to, like, I don't know, 100 people. You can't manually, you could, but that's painful, write in the names of these people and their addresses and, you know, sort of the details. Or you could use a tool called Mail Merge. And that's something you're going to be learning as well. So let's again go very quickly to see what's going on here. Let's go to this. So here we are, have another text file called receipt. And typically you're given this type of information as a text file. And you can see that here we are. It's, in a way, it's a letter, but it's a text file. And you really can't do much with it. So what you need to do, so I guess really I shouldn't be saying import. I really should be saying just save it as a Word file, as a Word document. So typically you can see right now this is a TXT file. Yes, when you save it, it ends in TXT. All we're trying to do is save it as a DOC file, as a doc file. So what we do is we pick file, well, save as. I guess the question is, where do I want to save it? So, you know, I'll save it on my desktop, you know, and, well, changing that from TXT to DOC. Yes, when I click on here now, what I see here is, you can see that, I mean, we could go through the process. You could have cut and pasted the text file onto your desktop and then opened it and saved it, if you like, as a doc file. Yes, but you can go back, just rewind and see what I've done. The key point here is that I changed this from a text file to a doc file. So you can see this is now a Word document. You see, and now we can, you know, typically you can see there are a couple of grammatical errors here. They haven't spelled this correctly, so the examiner will be expecting you, if you like, you can see here he's put a capital E instead of a small e. There are not enough G's. There should be 2 G's here. And then, of course, you're going to be sending this letter to a number of people, so he's expecting you to be able to, if you like, bring in that information, and that's referred to as mail merging. And we're going to be looking at that, and that's this thing here we call mailings, and that works through this sort of wizard over here. But the key point really is that this first lecture is really about knowing how to open a text file that has written information, saving it as a doc file, as a Word file, before you can start to even manipulate it or play with it. And yeah, so I think that's really what this first lecture was really, this introduction was really about, importing into Word as the last thing. And as you import data into these 3 programs, you'll sort of know what the examiner is asking for as you read the question carefully. But it's really critical that you can actually import this data into either of these 3 files. So in our next lecture, we're going to be looking at Microsoft Excel. Okay, great stuff.